Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is T and I like to play The Sims. Today we are renovating Springscape in Oasis Springs, and I think this is probably the last house in that neighborhood that I haven't renovated. So I was just looking around to see what else is around and what colors all the other houses have. Just to blend it in a bit better and not have a bright red house like in one of my last builds where I had the color challenge. Yeah, so we just go in, I think, with a base game siding, a more neutral color, and I had to change the lighting or the daytime or the time of the day actually. Because for some reason the colors were pretty off when it was set to morning. White looked like brown, so I don't know. I think it was the literacy that actually said that the lighting in Oasis Springs was sometimes off, and I guess that is the case here. So it was a bit off, but we managed, and I just wanted to give that house a somewhat of a realistic update or renovation. The budget was pretty generous with almost 60,000 simoleons. So I thought, well, if we stay within that budget, that would be great. And it gave us a lot of freedom to have a really nice kitchen. We have three bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and we even added a pool. So this is gonna be a really nice family home. And I don't know why, but I figured it's a family with 3 kids, a teenage son and 2 twin girls. And it took me forever to find a family, or no, I shouldn't say that. I was looking for a family forever on the gallery, because usually I just download families from the gallery that I place in there. But I could not find one that not that I didn't like them, but it didn't match what I had envisioned as a family living there. So I just, the family you see at the end of the video is my own family. And I probably should upload it in case you want to play with them. So I'll do that later. But yeah, overall I really like this renovation. We are just having demo day, not reno day, demo day, and delete everything on the inside, because the outside, for now at least, is done. I do go back and change the landscaping and obviously add the pool, but for now we are focusing on the inside. And I decided to put the door on the side and not in that middle where it was. And I also added a little, it's not even an entry hall, it's just basically an entry room. And all I put in there was I think a bench at some point, because there's just 0 space in there with the 2 archways that I put there. Yes, and here I'm just trying to figure out the layout of the house, placing just random furniture to see if I have enough room for everything. I thought this might be all kitchen and dining area, but it was very huge. So I kind of downsized that area a bit, made the entranceway a little bit bigger, but not huge, as you can see. And then was able to squeeze in a bedroom on that side, which is going to be the teenage son's bedroom. But yeah, an eat-in kitchen, a large living area, with, you know, obviously couch and everything. And I decided to keep a few of those items that were already in the house, because I thought it might be cheaper to do that. So yeah, I basically only kept the TV, actually, now come to think of it, because I later on delete the computer, because it's the computer for 10,000 simoleons. And I decided to get a cheaper computer and use the money for other things. So here we are in the master bedroom. I decided that they obviously gonna have a bathroom as well, and the twins' bedroom. that little room by the living room is obviously a bathroom, and here we just have some sliding doors that lead out on the patio in the back, which we are gonna do later. And then I'm just placing some doors because I often forget that, and then I start furnishing the house and then I realize, uh-oh, I can't do that, we need doors. So yeah, I didn't forget about that this time. And then again, just placing random furniture to see if it works. I didn't really like that corner there because I feel like in real life, if you sat there on that little love seat, you would not be able to see the TV. So I made that diagonal wall for that bathroom. And here we are starting to really place the furniture that I wanted. And I think this is the very first time I'm using those base game counters that we got in an update not too long ago. Usually they're too expensive, but I thought this time, you know what, let's treat them a little. The fridge is obviously from the latest kit, the kitchen clutter. I really adore that kit. I've said it before and I'll say it again, kits have come a long way, I feel. If you think back of, what was it, Bust the Dust, with the dust bunnies, I've never gotten that because in theory it sounds fun, but it's apparently so broken still, and it's way too overpowering from a money perspective that I just never bothered with it. But if that ever changes, I'd probably get it, because for some reason I love my Sims. I love it when my Sims do chores. Not that we love chores in real life, but I don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of people do that. Anywho, we clutter up the kitchen. I really like this fruit basket there. The with, you know, that hanging fruit basket with fruit and probably vegetables. It almost seems like it's potatoes at the bottom. Something like it. It's just really cute and creative, and it gets the stuff out of the way, you know. In real life, that would be very handy, not having a counter cluttered up with those things. And here I thought I'll make the corner a little bit more interesting by adding that corner shelf with some lighting, and then some shelves on top of the fridge that we just cluttered up with some bits and pieces from the kitchen clutter kit, as I already said. But yeah, overall I'd say it's a very cute house. I also like the twins' room. You'll see that later. But yeah, how is everyone doing? It's been a while since I've uploaded, I think. It's been over a week now. But between high school graduations and graduation parties and all kinds of other real life things going on at Memorial Day, I kinda didn't have that much time to actually cut or record, actually. The amount of time I have to play Sims is very limited, unfortunately. So please excuse that my uploading was a bit later than it usually is, because I usually try to upload on the weekends, like Saturday or Sunday. But clearly it is Thursday. Yeah, so going back here, we're still cluttering up the kitchen. I didn't forget the trash can. Sometimes I forget it. I also added the smoke alarm, and haphazardly placed the thermostat and the burglar alarm that we I don't think I've ever had a burglar ever since they introduced them. Which is kind of sad, because that was always iconic. Especially the music whenever, I think it was especially iconic on The Sims 2. Or no, The Sims 1 actually. I remember playing that as a kid, and then the music comes on. Loved it. So yeah, we're placing some windows. We're just doing the base game windows that came, or that were in an update also not too long ago. And then just a more of a boyish looking teenage room. I decided that he also likes music, and he likes to play the guitar. I think that's actually one of the other things that I kept from the original house, the guitar. Or as others say, the guitar. Some shelving again, just to add some more clutter, and a little bit of wallpaper or not wallpaper, wall art, some posters, you know, typical teenage room, or at least my teenage room looked like that when I was a teenager. Posters everywhere. So I just kind of like doing that whenever I do kids or teenage rooms, because you know, just to make it more lived in and realistic. Some football pictures or some football posters. I also thought he might be a collector of elements. So music slash elements or chemistry or something like that is his thing. When I created the family, I think one of his traits is geek, so that would fit perfectly. And I also used the computer with the double monitor from the cozy gaming kit from Little Simsy, because I feel like he would be the one that would be like, if we have a computer, mother and father, please make it like this. So I feel like that he would enjoy also video games. Here we are in the master bedroom with the bed from Lovestruck and the lights. I love those lights. I think ever since the sleek bathroom kit came out, I have used these lights in every single build. They are just so versatile. You can put them as night lamps next to the bed. You can put them in the bathroom next to the mirror, so you can actually see yourself better, or your Sims can see themselves better. You can use them as regular lights. You can use them like on the outside of the house. They are just so, I just love those lights. Absolutely love them. And then we go to the master bathroom, and I'm realizing a 4-tile bathroom is not going to cut it, and I have to expand it a little bit to fit in a shower, a sink, and a toilet. But I thought, you know what, the twins are fine. They'll live with a just slightly smaller bedroom. And I think, yeah, I do use the sleek bathroom kit again. I also love that kit. Those two kits, the kitchen clutter and a sleek bathroom, I just love them. So if you have a few dollars to spare, I highly recommend them. And yes, I know the discussion is probably also, yeah, but you can download so many custom content for free on the internet. I know, and I had my fair share, I guess, of custom content downloading, but I'm also still pretty traumatized from when I overdid it with The Sims 2. I think I ended up having so much custom content that it crashed my game every time I uploaded it or started it. I couldn't play anymore. So I'm still traumatized by that. So I'm trying not to do too much custom content. So I just usually limit it to create a sim custom content. Just, you know, some hair, some outfits, some clothing pieces, some makeup pieces, lashes. Because I do not like the lashes that they introduced in the game. They are horrendous. I don't know who authorized that, but I am sorry, those are not pretty. Anyway, we go back to the kitchen because this was actually a few days after starting to record this build, and I went back into the game and I'm like, hold on, the kitchen isn't even finished. So I used those little counters that came with the workshop restoration kit. So they're actually meant for a workshop, but I think I feel like they're the perfect makeshift countertop for a kitchen as well. More rustic thing, or more rustic looking. I just thought they were perfect for the kitchen. You know, clutter it up, put your cereal there, your shopping bag whenever you come home. I thought it's perfect for that. And here we are in the twins' room. I try not to be too color coordinated with, you know, pink for girls and blue for boys. But sometimes I just can't help myself. So there is a little bit of pink in there, but not too much. And we also have the, I don't even know what it's called, the chemistry table, I feel. You always have to be careful though, because sometimes that thing catches on fire. which is not very good. And then I thought they have some pillows there and some books for a little reading nook whenever, you know, one is a book. I think actually, yeah, one of them is a book lover actually. So she can read while the other one is using the chemistry table or whatever that thing's called. And then we just put some cute rugs in there, some cute wall decoration with some pets, because that's when I decided this family is also gonna have a cat. So I put some cat decoration in there, and I also later on put in all the cat stuff that you need, like the litter box and the scratching post and the toy box, so that the kitty can have a good life in there. And then, because I added the cat, I realized this bathroom was also not big enough, so I had to extend that as well into the living room, making it a little bit smaller, which I think is fine, because that little corner, or whatever you want to call it, that little nook in between those two doors would have been wasted space anyways, because you can't really put anything there. So just by making it a bit smaller and giving the bathroom a bit more space, I thought perfect. The couch is still gonna stay there, and you can still see the TV from there, so that's very good. And I'm just basically, it's almost like a copy and paste from the other bathroom we have in there, because I just used the sleek bathroom kit again. I really like those dividers. They are really, I don't know, they're really pretty. And a little clutter, and that cute little mirror that came with the kit. But yeah, it is Thursday today. Tomorrow is Friday, obviously. Has anybody seen the new Mission Impossible movie yet? It came out, I think, last week, and I'm really curious to see how the story unfolds, if you've ever seen the previous one. Yeah, back to the build. We have these, I think it's called the refined living room. Also a kit, from, I don't know who made it, but it was in collaboration with a custom content creator, and this is a really nice kit as well. I don't think I've ever used so many items from that kit before, but I feel like in this family it kind of, I know they probably have a lot more messes in real life with 3 kids and two kids and 1 teenager, but maybe the living room is the safe haven where the mother also says, nope, nobody's gonna leave behind any kind of mess, because I want to sit here, I want to watch my trash TV shows, eat my chips, and be in peace, and also be left in peace and left alone. I don't know, but I thought that family also has like a more of a green nature kind of living room. I don't know why, because I usually do not like green, but I just thought it matched the vibe in here, so I went for it. And I also, this is where I sell the 10,000 simoleon TV, because the 10,000 simoleon computer, because we were already at 46,000 simoleons for the house, and I realized if I sell that, we're 46 instead of 56, so we can just, you know, we get some money back that we can put towards the pool, which I later did actually. But yeah, just a little gaming / working nook. Maybe the mom is trying to be a writer, or I don't know, maybe she's a teacher or something, or maybe the dad is a lawyer, or a reporter. But computers are always a good thing in Sims households. And then the obligatory easel. I don't know why, but I put an easel in there in most of my builds. It's just an easy way to get some creativity going on with your Sims. And then I thought I'll also put a green chess table right behind the couch, so they can have some logic skills, and a little meditation cushion, I guess you call it, in between those doors, because what else would you put in there? You know, I mean, I guess I could have put a a bookshelf in there, but we already have books and shelves and whatnot, so we didn't really need that. And besides, that way you can have even more skills that you can learn just in the house. And then here I thought we'll just have a little side table where you just put your keys when you come home, and just a bunch of things that you want to put away later, and it just never happens. Some books, the obligatory water bottle that's always around somewhere. I feel like all of the houses have that. I don't even know where mine are. Probably in the kitchen or in the bedroom. But yeah, I feel like it's a very realistic piece of clutter. A little hobby board, and I think that is basically it for the inside for now. Just adding a few curtains from the, I don't even know what that kit was called. Desert Deluxe, maybe? I'll have to look it up. And it took me forever to align those, whatever you call those things, curtain mount, to align them with the actual curtain that I had already placed. That was a pain, let me tell you that, but I managed. We managed, okay. Yeah, and then we go on the outside. We do the backyard, a little pool, and I initially wanted to do like one of those above ground pools, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it on The Sims. I know it's possible. I've seen people do it, but I just couldn't figure it out. And at some point I was like, you know what, I'm just wasting time here. I'm wasting so much time doing this. So I just stopped and just put an in-ground pool in there, which also makes sense because I think the house right next to them also has an in-ground pool. And I just feel like that's the kind of neighborhood they live in. Like, they all have in-ground pools. Yeah, so, and then we, I think those tiles are from the Love Struck expansion pack, and I absolutely love that terracotta color. It just reminds me of summer, of vacation, of pools. Yeah, that's why we used it here. A little floaty in the pool, some lights around it for the after light swim, the swim whenever it's dark. Jesus. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time talking today. Some lounge chairs, and then did I put those? No, I didn't put those sprinkles in because they're 300 simoleons a pop. We didn't do that. Put some hopscotch for the kids. A little, I think I also put a little kiddie pool there so they can chill or hang out in there if they want to. Didn't have room for a swing set, but I think that's fine. We also add a barbecue because, you have a backyard. I'd say a barbecue is probably one of the obligatory things you get whenever you have that. And then I swap out the fence for a cheaper option to, again, make some more money, because now we're down again to 47,000 simoleons, which is perfect. And then we go in with the debug menu. Oh no, we're not doing the debug yet. We're doing some lighting around the outside of the house, and I also like to turn it into night, as you can see here, so I can see how the lighting actually looks like. And then we just add some more terrain paint, I guess. A little bench in the front for resting, for whenever you get deliveries, they can put it up there, I guess. And then we go in with the hidden object cheat and replace all those expensive bushes and plants with the free ones from the debug menu. Which, and I think most people know that by now. If you want to save money, that's a really good way to still have some outside decoration and some trees and whatnot without having to spend hundreds of simoleons for that kind of decorative thing, I guess. But yeah, I really like this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry if I was a bit all over the place, but it's been a rough few days. And yeah, we have a little, I forgot, I put a little tour around the house in there. So we go in there, here's the kitchen, and you can see the hallway, and then here we have the living room, and there you see the bench whenever you come in. I think it's just a little ottoman or something. Then we have the master bedroom and bathroom, and then through here we have the twins room with a lot of color, a lot of life, just a typical kids room, and a bathroom, and a teenage room, and the outside with the pool. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you soon. Bye!